So, you played Overwatch 1.
I did.
I did not, because I didn't want to pay money for that.
I miss it,
Because,
if I'm
yeah,
being
that came out
honest.
when I was in school and didn't have adult money. So,
So, I was also in school and didn't have adult money, but I got it as a gift from for a birthday from a friend of mine because he wanted me to play it with him. He wanted me to mercy pocket his Reaper. Let me just be very, very open about why
this
he
sounds
bought me
like
the game.
great gameplay. It
It was
sounds like
really
a
fun though.
great
I
idea.
I was like, I've been playing like COD and stuff like that and Halo, and I'm like, yeah, it's like scratching, but not quite. So then he's like, oh, I've been playing Overwatch, and I'm like, that sounds really fun. I've been watching like YouTubers play that because YouTube was like new and exciting at the time, and
Right. And I was watching Five Nights at Freddy's videos.
yes, and so he bought it for me, and so we played it, and then like at first I was like, Diva looks really cool, so I actually started playing Tank, and then he was like, you should play Mercy, and so I learned Mercy, and one tricked her to top 500 eventually, and
That's awesome.
got
And I'm stuck in
invitations to.
bronze.
Don't let your rank affect how you feel like you play, because if I'm just going to be honest with you, Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 are completely different games.
Completely.
I know, like, no duh, see, literally they're different games, but like it's lost its original image. It's not the same game anymore.
Right.
But back in Overwatch 1, they had like their competitive system was based off of SR, which I think is a lot better than the whole hidden MMR
Win
placement
loss
bullshit
ratio.
that they have. Yeah, like it forces a 50-50% win loss now. Whereas like I had about an 80% win rate back in Overwatch 1.
Shit. Mine's
And
like 48 right now, I think.
48. Damn.
I think. It's pretty
I'm
bad.
looking where I'm at right now. Hold on. Where do I find this? Statistics. All modes. I'll just do my all mode. I've won out of 6,222 21 games played. I've won 3,156 and I've lost 3,034.
Damn. That's pretty good.
I'm pretty 50-50.
That's
So
a lot better than mine probably. I probably also have less than 1,000 games played, so there's that too.
okay. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, like this was my main game for several years and I have over 2,500 hours combined on Xbox and PC
I think I have
and
like 100
PlayStation.
something, maybe, if that.
Oh, okay.
So my
Yeah.
perspective is a little dog shit, but
No, no, not at all. I think it's very interesting to do the concept of new veteran, like new
right.
player veteran, because you get both sides of the spectrum of like, this is what it felt like. Like I'm new and everything is the rose tinted glasses, and I'm like, I've been in hell for 335 days, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the first time I tried to play, I was just playing with my friends because I wanted more games I could play with them, and I
mhm,
figured I've never played Overwatch, and I never really gave it a chance, other than saying I
yeah,
don't like it. So,
the classic.
yeah, so I played it, and I didn't really have fun with it because I tried to play support first, and not knowing how to play, just hopping into support is really boring and not engaging at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I will say it's really rough starting on support because this is going to be a hot take. I'm well aware this is a hot take. Support is the hardest role because you need game sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And people who don't have game sense will hop in support and they're like, this sucks. But it's like, you don't have the knowledge that is recommended for the role for you to fit
Yeah,
the role well.
yeah, I
That's always a
played
joy.
Moira, and I still play Moira, so nothing has
I picked
changed.
on you for playing Moira, though. I hate
Yep.
Moira. I think she's the most brain dead support. Like I play
Exactly.
her, don't get me wrong, I play her, but like she's not fun for me. It's just like hold left click, piss on them for a little bit,
Yeah.
suck them.
Yeah, the
Orb.
requiring zero aim to do it is probably why I stuck to it for a while,
Okay,
because I don't have good aim with a mouse. It's
that's
just
fair.
bad.
That's fair. Which is something you learn over time. Like
Yeah.
I have been a gamer since I could walk and talk.
Oh, me
I'm
too.
not joking. Like I grew up playing World of Warcraft. I did raids with my grandmother until she passed away, and then, I had an Xbox growing up, so we had like COD and Halo, and I had all of that going for me, and so there's never been a day like I had Wii's, I had a 3DS, like, I don't think there's been a single point in my life where I haven't had access to video games.
Yeah, I've had access to video games my entire life too, but like it's all been on console and stuff. Like I played
Okay,
an N64 for like ever.
yeah, that's fair. The
And so
oldest console that I've gotten to play on was GameCube, and it was so I could play Pikmin.
that's awesome.
Which I don't know if we can see, but it's
The
don't talk to me about Pikmin. I'll be here for hours.
Oh, see, that's how
But
I
that's
feel
not
about
why we're
Souls
here. So
games.
Souls games are so good. Oh, I love Souls games.
Dude, they're amazing. But
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch. Let's see.
Overwatch.
After I picked up the game again, I played more DPS, and I started with Reaper because he's cool. I don't know. That's about it.
I mean,
And
that's why, right? Yeah.
yeah, still not knowing how to play the game, it's not entirely fun, especially
Yeah.
because it's like a lot happening.
Mm-hmm.
And like I played Apex for a while before I hopped on Overwatch, and Overwatch still just feels like a lot,
Yeah.
especially not knowing what anything does, and it's just like, oh my god, so much is happening. What am I looking
There
at?
is a lot to Overwatch for sure.
Yeah.
Just be glad that you didn't play during the goats meta
Oh
when
my
Brig
god.
got released. I'm
I've
not sure if you've
seen
seen the
that. It's
clips.
so bad. Brutal. Couldn't
Oh.
imagine.
I don't think there's a single game I played without Brigida in it.
That makes sense.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see. I started really having fun when I played Bastion and Soldier because I don't know, they didn't
Yeah.
require much aim to be good with, but
Yeah, mini
like
bullet go burr. Like it was
yeah.
they're very rewarding characters for sure.
Yeah, so Soldier was the first character I really got good at playing. Good quote. Bronze player. Yeah, Soldier was fun, and then I started playing Tank because I bought a Diva skin and was like, you know what, I might as well fucking play Diva because I bought the K-pop skin or whatever, and I was like, this looks kind of cool, and I paid
Oh,
20 bucks for it,
Seraphim.
so I might as well fucking use it. And turns out that's when Diva was broken, so I had fun.
I miss Broken Diva. It's a little sidebar. I think that's why a lot of people find Marvel Rivals really fun right now because it's brokenly balanced.
That makes sense.
But that's just a sidebar. That's another
Yeah,
video. That's another video.
another time. Oh, jeez. God, I'm so professional.
No, it's fine. I think what like started being fun for me is when Moth Meta came in. A lot of my talking points are going to involve Mercy. For those who don't know, like
That's
I'm
that's totally
very,
fair.
very open about my Mercy one trick days. I'd still play her to this day, but I've broadened my horizons. I'm not a one trick anymore.
No, you're a
I
Torb one
have,
trick now.
I have, I am a Torb one trick. I have proteges. I actually have trained people on Mercy, and they play better than I do sometimes. Thank you,
Props.
Z. Props to Z. Watch her play sometimes. She's doing great. I'm so proud of the
Props. That's
monster I've
awesome.
created. But I think like once they introduced like her the moth metas when she started getting that omnidirectional movement, because Mercy on release, I don't know if any of you played like Overwatch Classic when they did that. She flew and then landed, and then flew and then landed. She wasn't going
Oh, that's
up, she
kind
wasn't
of
going
lame.
sideways, like she just directioned, like straight direction. You couldn't stop it anywhere like you can with Mercy now. Like it was just you fly to them and then you have to like run. And so,
The full
Peekaboo
team res though was
Mercy,
pretty good.
yes, I still incorporate Peekaboo Mercy, which is the mass res tactic
Hmm.
that you would hide when your team was dying and just boop
And
and then boom continue, right?
the combo of
But
everyone die, I got this. Just bring them all
yes,
back.
so incorporating Peekaboo Mercy into modern day Mercy is really helpful because like if things are going south and you realize it's a like a losing team fight, you for me it's easy to find where the battle's like just lost and there's no way we can salvage it, and it's easy for me to just say I need to get out
Yeah.
because I don't like dying. I like having games with zero deaths. So I'm like, see ya.
I very much am good at running in and exploding. That's how I used to
You
play
know,
COD.
I mean, you need to do that sometimes, right? Like I've once had games where it was a 6 minute stall of everyone
Yeah,
running out and exploding, and then running out and exploding, and then running out and exploding, and we win somehow.
especially when
But
the other team like has all their ults. You kind of just got to run in and die and
yeah,
burn all
and
their
get the
ults.
ults out, and
Yeah,
yeah,
and then you just
because
explode for
Overwatch
5
is
minutes.
the biggest thing about Overwatch in general is you don't need to care about the stats. It
Right.
is a game of chess and resource management. You need
Both
to
of
keep
which I'm
track
not
of
good at.
cooldowns. You need to keep track of alts. And so that's why I say support needs to have the most game sense because as a support, you're counting. Kira used her Suzu, Orisa used Jav, Hog no hook. Most of the time you need to be paying attention to what's going on, which is like, I prefer Mercy because she's quote unquote a spectator. It's a
Yeah,
spectator sport playing Mercy, which, like, yes, I kind of do sit there and I watch the battle, but I'm feeding information and I'm telling people where to flank and stuff like that. So it's like you're coaching your
you're putting
IGL.
everything where it needs to be.
Yes, you're kind of like the game master, and so not it's not required that supports do that, but I personally believe that supports the best role because they're not focused on like tanks are focused on diving supports and you don't know what's going on behind you, right? So
Right.
like people who are in the back line typically get the most information. Which is always so fun.
My monitor turned off. That's cool.
Love that for you. But I'm not sure how far around the roster you've been. I've played everybody once
Um,
at
I've
minimum.
played of. There's a couple that I haven't played, but I tried to branch out and get nowhere with it because I play one
Okay.
game or like 5 minutes as that one person, and then it's like, nah, I'm gonna go back to Soldier. It was more fun.
Yeah.
And for
Um,
support, getting off of Moira is like I probably should have done that, but it just feels harder because Moira is so easy to play. If you like, you can
yeah.
just no brain that shit. And as long as you
Yeah.
do healing, it's not that hard.
I think an easy swap would be from Moira to Zenyatta, or maybe
I did start to get better at playing Zen. Still not anywhere close to good at it, but I did try a little bit.
another easy swap from Moira's Baptiste because you're incorporating the DPS healing
Yeah.
as well. Plus, his kit's really cool. I love Bap's kit. It's so unique. Love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Um,
not experienced in playing all the heroes, legends,
I'm
whatever they're
I'm
called.
like confident in every support except for Lucio and Brig. I
Yeah,
can play
I
Baptiste, but I'm not great at him.
I've seen people play Lucio, and that was enough for me to be like, nah, I'm good.
Have you watched Frogger? Like,
No, I don't
not
think I have.
sponsored, but watch some of his gameplay because like Lucio's are something else.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't wrap my head around Lucio gameplay. Like I get him in Mystery Heroes and I pop off one game and I'm like, wow, this is so easy. And then I try to pick him up and I'm like, what the
What
fuck?
is this?
I just take my little moment and I have it. And that's Lucio for me. He's a little moment.
That's perfect. That's how I feel about
But
playing Maug for like 5 minutes. I was like, yep, that was. I tried
that
that. That was
was
good enough.
yep. I think part of the issue before like I go on to like my tank rant is like supports are either like targeted super heavy and they can't do anything, or people forget they exist and they run the game.
Yeah.
And it's nice when, I'm just a little Ana and no one ever dives me and I'm,
And you can just piss on
10k
everybody.
heals. Yeah, and I'm getting purple and I'm hitting my sleeps and then there's games where I'm Ana where there's a Doomfist like one shot
Up your butt
comboing
the whole
me
time.
every second of the game, or like Hog is just like grabbing me all the time and that's why I prefer 6v6, but
We'll get to that.
we will get to that. Uh,
So, how do you feel about
tanks
rank outside of
ranked.
tanks?
In its current state, I don't think it's in the best interest of the player.
I can agree. As a I tried it. That was good enough. Like I did
Because
my
like
placements, and no, I'm good.
obviously like it's a different game now, but when you take a player who was consistently Masters GM top 500 and then you put them in whatever this system is. I'm going to use a personal example.
Okay.
This was back when you had 5 wins or 13 losses, okay? I won 5, my rank didn't move. I in a row. I win another 5 in a row, so that's 10. I was trying to go from plat to diamond and this win like I was right there, but for some reason 10 wins took me from the top of plat to the bottom of gold.
What? that's that's backwards. What?
Several games I had 0 deaths. I had an equal amount of damage and healing. I had just as many elims, if not more, than some of my DPS players.
And you
So it's
went
not like I'm sitting
backwards?
there. Yeah.
That's insane.
And some people were like, "Oh, it's because you were heal biting the whole time," and I gave them the codes, and they're like, "Why the fuck did you D rank?" And it's really
That's
frustrating that, like I'm sitting there and the game is not fun for me personally. The game's not fun anymore. I used to
yeah.
love this game. I used to literally log on, play this game, stop to eat, come back, play the game, go to bed,
And now
repeat.
you like don't play the game at all.
And now, like, I play it when my friends ask me to. And I played a little bit before this recording. That way I could have freshness
yeah. Overwatch fresh
to
in your brain.
some fresh, relevant experience.
yeah.
But
And
I
I
think,
haven't played
like,
in weeks.
yeah, and like the turning point for me was really like winning 10 in a row in D ranking. I was like, how is
yeah.
this? I was like, this is. I uninstalled the game for 2 months because of it.
I think my turning point for giving up on even trying ranked was I went 4 games in a row with over 17,000 healing, and we didn't win a single game. And I was like, okay, this might not be for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do more than that. Like, what's the solution?
Another part of the problem is the players.
yeah, but that's like across the board, just gaming right now. I feel like.
Unfortunately, yeah. I will say some games are worse, some games are
Yeah,
better. Like Valorant, which is surprising I'm saying this, is the game where I've had the least amount of toxicity, and that game has a reputation. I don't know, I've been very lucky,
yeah,
but like in Overwatch, like I've had people be so disgusting to me because they're not doing well and they want the blame to be anybody but them. And a lot of
yeah.
players, anyone watching this video, even if you're doing everything right, think about what you could be doing wrong before you shift the blame to anybody else. That will make you an infinitely better gamer immediately, as if you start to hold yourself accountable for your mistakes. And if you push in without your team and you're like, oh, where's my team? And you look and they're all walking out of spawn. Oh, I should have turned around before I pushed in. Like, you need
You're probably a little
make
bit too
sure
far
like you're
ahead.
just be a little self-aware. It really like it elevates your gameplay. Like when you're having frustrations, just ask yourself like, is this my fault? Be honest with yourself, and if it's not your fault, then say I'm doing what I can, and that's okay. Sometimes people aren't going to be where you are.
Sometimes you
And
just get bullied and you can't do anything. Like that
exactly, like
happens.
sometimes it's just like a matchmaking skill diff. Like matchmaking will put I'm going to use Apex as an example. You can be
Oh boy.
gold and load into comp and play against a 3 stack of Preds, which is the
yeah,
Overwatch equivalent of top 500 for those who are watching this video and may not play Apex. You can be gold and playing against the top 1% of players and you just get fucking stomped because like
there's
golden
no
top
way you're gonna win
Pred.
that.
Exactly. And like Overwatch has a whole other issue, or not Overwatch, but Apex has a whole other issue. Cheaters and the matchmaking. But like Overwatch struggles because its matchmaking system is not designed to give you a fair match, it's designed to give you the quickest match.
yeah,
And that's true for comp because they use the same when you're playing quick play, whatever your hidden MMR is in comp, you queue into that in quick play.
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's
that
why, like, I don't know if you've noticed, for me, comp and quick play They're the same thing. It's the same experience. Comp is longer, and people tend to take it more seriously, though.
Yeah,
Quick play, I expect people to not be good because it's quick play. I don't
right.
care. It's
People are gonna
like I'm just
throw.
loading it and I'm just I'm battle mercying with my friends. Like I don't care, you know.
Yeah,
But if it's comp, oh, it's so frustrating when you get people who don't care.
like
But
I played to win, but like at the end of the day, I don't care. But like I'm still gonna play to win.
yeah, exactly. And so that's always fun.
Yeah. So at what point did the game start to become not fun for you? Do you think, other than comp being dog shit?
Kiriko,
Kiriko, why is that?
the release of Kiriko. Um, putting all of the lore aside, Overwatch halted all of the updates and everything for like the last 2 to 4 years of Overwatch 1 so that they could focus on Overwatch 2. And then they release Overwatch 2 and Kiriko comes out and she's booping with Suzu. I inherently think that like Suzu is an issue. Obviously it's a good counter to Ana, and Ana was an issue for a while until they balanced her, and I'm very conscious of that. But I just like a support being able to two-shot somebody
It's a
is an
little
issue.
excessive.
Zenyatta can't even do that. If you
Right.
charge a volley, then you can, but that's multiple projectiles you're shooting. Kiriko shoots 2 kunais, and if she hits 2 headshots, any support and about half the DPS roster will die. That is not a balanced character.
No.
That's a support.
Like I get wanting your new characters to be cool and strong, but like
She's
I
also a
don't know.
self insert.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do you keep up with the lore at all?
No, not even a little bit.
So Kiriko's lore is she's related to the Shimada brothers, but she was like 8 years old when they were 15 and 16, but in the game she's 21. And if you do the math, there's about 8 years missing.
Mm.
I don't
Ah,
remember if I'm not using like the exact numbers. It's roughly that.
that's a little weird, but
Yeah, and like I truly believe Kiriko is a dev self insert, and like no shame to that person if this is true, but that's just like it really feels like that. I think that Kiriko kind of really shifted the game a lot. Um Obviously Brig did the same. I'm not saying that like, Kiriko is the evil of all evil, but like genuinely for me Kiriko made the game unfun.
yeah. For me, Sombra made the game unfun
Okay, which
because
version of Sombra?
uh like before the most recent nerf, I think I
Infinite
don't
Invis?
yeah,
Okay. She's now
like
back to Overwatch 1 Sombra, which I prefer.
I just don't like Sombra as a character, but I don't know. I don't
That's
really like
fair.
ability stalls. Just like, hey, you can't do anything. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's not for me. That's kind of lame. But like, it makes sense that it's like in the game because like at some
Hmm.
point you need another ability. But like just shutting down all abilities for a character just feels broken as shit. No matter how you try to balance that, especially
Yeah.
how Overwatch is set up, it feels like that's just unfair.
Variability driven, yeah. I
And what made it so much worse for me was playing in Sombra literally every game for like the entire season. Because I think I played
Oh,
like
that one season.
yeah,
Hmm.
I think I played like
Yep.
over 100 games that season, and 95% of them was just Sombra Junkrat, and it's like this is so annoying.
Yeah, so actually I have a friend who mains Wrecking Ball, and when I play with him I tend to see Sombra a lot because she hard counters him.
Yeah,
And so like I'm comfortable playing into and with a Sombra, but also like I have a friend who mains Sombra. I dabbled in Sombra for a little bit. I play her to piss people off.
yeah.
Full disclosure, like when I want to make someone mad, I pick Sombra and I bully that person. I'm not fun to be against sometimes.
That's like
I
the Sombra playstyle. I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And her kit is to be a bug.
Yeah, like
I think that like the concept and everything is cool. I do agree with you that sometimes it is very annoying to be mid ult and then have it just
nah.
nullified because she either hacks you or just spends EMP, you know?
Right. And like only going against that for like an entire season, it's just like, can you play somebody else, please? Like
And I
it.
will say, you finish, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
A part of the reason why you were encountering, that's the word, you were
Yeah.
playing into Sombra so much is because of the elo in which you were playing in. Because she's not really played that much in high elo, if I'm being honest.
Right. Because as a higher elo player, you're gonna know how to
Because
counter it a
and
lot
also
better
she's
than my dumbass.
there's just better picks, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's just better people to play than Sombra. And so you're gonna get a lot of Sojourn, you're gonna get a lot of Tracer and Widow, you're gonna get a lot of Junkrat. Junkrat's everywhere. He's all over the elo. People
Always
love
Junkrat.
Junkrat. I hate
Because
him, but I love him.
it's another one of those doesn't require that much skill characters to play.
I disagree. You can play him brain dead. However, have you seen a Junkrat snipe a Pharah out the sky?
I have not. That sounds
I've been
awesome.
I've been in the skybox as Mercy and I've gotten Junkratted.
Yeah.
Like Junkrat has a lot of skill expression, but you can also be very brain dead with him. So
Yeah.
I think it depends on the player.
Low elo player.
It depends on who's playing him for sure.
Yeah.
I would argue Hanzo is a brain dead character.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Hanzo's pretty
Especially
strong.
with the size of his projectiles. Oh, I
Just
hate
miss
Hanzo.
and still get headshot. It's great.
Yeah, it's like
10 out
the
of 10
arrow
game.
hits here and then it just
It's
like
like playing
I watch
Pathfinder.
games. Yeah, like I VOD review for players. I VOD review for a lot of supports. I VOD reviewed for you before. I VOD review for my ball player. And it
You
never
watched my
fails.
shitty gameplay?
You asked me to. Because you're like, how do I get better at Kiriko? And I'm like, okay, let me watch and see what you're doing. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
this,
all of it
move,
wrong.
move
Got
here. And
it.
sometimes I don't.
I'm
I'm
pretty
never
bad,
mean
so
about it. I'm never mean about it though.
yeah.
I will say I'm pretty nice when it comes to now. If I've been working with you for weeks and you do something that I've already drilled into you, I'm gonna be like, this is stupid. You know better.
Don't do
Be
that.
better. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm. I like to pop quiz. If it's something that you know is wrong, I'm like, I'll play it and I'm like, okay, what'd you do wrong there? And then you're like, and I'm like,
Ah,
let's watch it
shit.
again.
Anxiety.
But like the reason why I open the floor to the player to figure out what they did wrong is because it helps you learn to recognize
Right.
your own mistakes as well. Always, always, always. If you're being serious about competitive in this game, watch your games. Focus on
Learn.
yourself, not your team. Let me repeat that. Focus on yourself, not your team.
Figure
Try
out
it.
your positioning when you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to actually get better. Because your positioning is going to be more important for that. Because if you can position
Positioning is
yourself
key.
well and the rest of your team isn't, eventually you're going to win some games and move up. Eventually.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be as simple as like carrying a game in CS:GO or Valorant or COD.
Right.
You can't really carry in a game like this because it is unfortunately team based. But
Yeah. Like you can carry, but like for one game. You get one game as a carry and then the game's just going to
yeah.
kick you back down.
Well, it's because you perform really well, so like the hidden MMR puts you higher than where you're
Yeah.
supposed to be, and then you get put higher where you're supposed to be, and then you get shit stomped because you're out of your little bubble.
Yeah.
So
You've come too close to the sun. Got to put you back down.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Samro was definitely a turning point for me to just not want to play the game anymore. Because like even after they undid the permanent invis or whatever, they like moved it back, and I was still playing against Samros. It's like, okay, can we like? It's a new season. Can we play literally anybody else now? And it just kept
Yeah.
happening. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just done with this game. I just can't
I
anymore.
also was very frustrated that it was only Sombra, to the point where I would play games and I would say, guys, I would literally PayPal you $5 to not play Sombra.
Right?
No one ever took me up on it. I would have
Damn.
PayPal'd them $5 to not play Sombra, but
Shit.
I'd be in
That
quick
didn't
play
even
and I'd be
work?
like,
That's crazy.
no, I would load into quick play and I'm like, guys, can we have a gentleman's truce? No Sombra this game, please. And some people were like, yeah, and they didn't play Sombra, and I had fun those games. But then
Right.
people were like, no, fuck you, and then I got targeted because I asked for no Sombra. So like,
Right.
yeah,
Sombra.
getting
Woo.
getting spawn camped. My favorite though is the Sombras who spawn camped and lost to a Mercy.
That's kind of sad.
Kind of funny because then
Yeah.
like you sit there and you go, wow, that's so crazy. You had the upper hand and lost El Bozo, and then they mauled in chat. Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic.
It's not worth it. It's worth it in the moment, but like anytime after that, it's not worth it.
Yeah. But we're talking about least favorite characters. Who is your favorite?
I want to say Reaper from just design alone.
Design. Okay. His mythic that he got was really cool.
Right. Moira's
I
pretty
really
fun.
liked it.
I started to like her design more because I started playing support more. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, I played support in Apex for a while, and I just got used to playing support, and it's like, yeah, I could probably do that in Overwatch. Reinhardt is really fun, even though I
Reinhardt's really
cannot fucking
fun.
do that for anything.
No.
I'm a
When
really
I
bad
pick
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, like a win's off the table, but I'm having fun, okay?
Yeah.
I'm pinning people and I'm emoting on them and I'm putting rah in the chat. You know, like I'm there for a good time, not a long time.
Will explode, but it will be funny.
Yes.
Like when you just charge into the enemy team entirely and pin nobody.
I think for
Explosion.
me, my favorite character is Widow, which is surprising because I main support.
Yeah, Widow's really fun. Really
She's
satisfying if you can hit some
very
headshots.
rewarding if you aim. If you can aim, she's very rewarding. And my boy Torbjorn. Love
That like
him.
50 kill streak that you had that one time.
Yeah, I had 3 games where I didn't die a single time, and over the course of 3 games, I had gotten 50 kills, and I was like, well, the Overwatch gods want me to play Torbjorn. And well, I'm curious on my win rate for Torbjorn. So let me select Torbjorn, and then if I do all modes, I've played 49 games, I've won 28, and I've lost 20. So my win percentage is 58 on Torbjorn.
Nice. Pretty
And I have
good.
7 hours.
Not bad.
Yup.
Diva was fun when she was broken, obviously. Surprise, surprise, the broken character was fun to play. And then she got nerfed, and I was like, oh, this isn't fun anymore. I'm exploding a lot because I'm bad at the game.
Yup.
Because tank when you're not good is just not a fun time at all. You're just gonna get steamrolled.
And that's why I want to talk about 6v6.
Perfect segue. Look at that.
So I really think that as someone who's played in Overwatch 1 and 2, they got rid of 6v6. Let me give you this first before I go into the the point that I have is 6v6 was removed from the game because of queue times. But I fault the players because everyone wants to be DPS.
Right.
And we're seeing that in Marvel Rivals. People are insta-locking DPS, and people who play support and tank don't really have to worry about people picking their mains, but then you get people like 4 of the 6 people want to play DPS, and so you get 1 tank, 1 support, or 2 supports, or 2 tanks, and it's you roll or get rolled because you don't have a balanced team. And so that's why, like, with Overwatch, when they had 6v6, it used to not be roll queue back when the game first released.
Yeah, it was just play whatever.
It was just play whoever, whatever. And you had tank, you had offense, you had defense, and then you had support. Because DPS used to be split. Fun fact.
Yes, it did.
On just the perspective of tank alone, 6v6 is better. Because, like, let's use a dive comp. You have Diva, you have Winston. Winston's gonna dive into their backline, throw his bubble, do his thing. He's going to wait for his jump to refresh. And then when he's low, he's going to jump out and your diva's going to swap. So you're keeping that pressure on that back line. Whereas on 5v5, Winston's going to dive into the back line, maybe get a pick. If not, he's going to get low, he's going to jump out. And by the time his supports get him back up, if you don't have like dive DPS with you, then that team is just going to get ult charge for their supports because they healed everyone back up. Sorry, my cats are playing and they're chatty, so ignore the meows in the background. And where was I going? Yeah, so basically it's benefiting the enemy team more if you're not a coordinated dive as a team. It's a little bit easier if you have two tanks who can swap out their dive.
Yeah.
I used Winston and Diva because I played a game with my friends the other day and I had a Diva Winston. And, you know, our friend has only played Overwatch 2, so she was asking questions on how to like cooperate. And I'm like, yes, like he's gonna dive in and you swap. You swap. You take turns protecting your supports and you take turns diving the supports. And it's like a little dance. You tango. Takes two to tango. I think that 6v6 is inherently healthier for the game with the tweaks. At the current state of Overwatch, if they keep the current health pools and cooldowns and everything, it's not really going to go well. They're currently trialing 6v6 and they tweaked all of the heroes. Some of them have
Everybody got
lost
tweaked.
health. Yeah. I think Bob, the Ash, Bob got buffed. He has more health. I think that needs to stay. Personally, I play Ash though. I'm a little biased. But Bob kind of pops.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you throw him out, he just so
Right.
I don't know. I think it's just better for him. But yeah, I think 6v6 is a lot better for the game. If you think I'm biased, I could be. I started in 6v6. 5v5 is really where I stopped having fun, which is also Kiriko's release. I blame Kiriko though.
Not the 5v5.
It's 5v5. I do. It is 5v5. It's also Kiriko. I don't like Kiriko at all. I really think that her addition to the game, if we're ignoring the removal of the second tank, like Kiriko really is where I view the decline of Overwatch. Also the greedy corporate, that is Blizzard.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna not talk about that though.
no. We'll be here for hours.
We can leave that out. See, I never played 6v6, so like I don't have a perspective on how it was. Like I've only seen gameplay and it's like, okay, it's Overwatch.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. Like
but
I feel like 5v5 was a good shift for it being a different game, like from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. I feel like that was a good shift, but I feel like it wasn't handled properly. Like it could have been executed a lot better, especially with like changing how tanks work, because some of the tanks weren't changed to fit 5v5 and it's like, what do you do?
Yup. Ball was designed for 6v6.
Yeah.
And they did not change him for Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I felt like Ball for a while was just like, if you're picking Ball, we're gonna lose. Like that's how it felt like at my elo, but like that's also because I'm pinned with shit players.
Yeah, Ball is a very. I play with a Ball player, so I have a lot to say about Ball. I really like Balls. I like Doomfist. I like Ball. I like Dive because when you're playing a character like Ball, you need to be coordinated with your team. Ball is one of the most team-dependent characters. And my friend who plays Ball will argue he plays his own game and he lets the team do whatever. But sometimes when he's doing that and we're queued together, I'm like, dude, like I know this is what you're used to, but I need you to work with us because this isn't working. And he doesn't swap. I don't ask him to swap. I just ask him to work with us. And then as soon as that connect, we're winning. We're winning.
I feel like you could definitely skill diff as Ball, but like
100%. Ball is such a very skill expressive character. Like I do Mercy parkour to train my movement.
Yeah.
There's Ball parkours, and what my friend does is like he's learning Mercy movement because we like to do Mercy parkours, and in turn he's teaching us Ball movement because they make Ball parkour.
Of course.
Try it. It's very frustrating but very rewarding. And now if I'm ever in Mystery Heroes and I get ball, I'm not like, oh, time to go throw. I'm like, I can actually do something now. So it's really like he's just such a great character. I love him, but like he's not built for 5v5. And now like if we do open queue before 6v6 was added in, we do ball sigma, that's a really good combo.
Right.
You just gravitic flux, pull them up, have ball, put the minefield down, you just right into the minefield. Love it every time.
Of course,
It's
Ball
so
is
good.
really good with another tank, but like
He
without another
is.
tank, it's like you're potentially throwing if you're not just gonna skill diff.
Yep. But I don't think that's to fault the ball player
That's more just the
because
format of the game.
it's the game.
Yeah, and how much the game has changed too. It's crazy.
It's a completely different game.
Like it's like just what the tanks do now is so much different than what it used to be. Not
Mm-hmm.
just because of
Like,
the it's 5v5, but like just how the player base has changed throughout the time and how much heroes have
and to talk
changed.
about like Doomfist being a DPS on release and now he's a tank,
Yeah,
but he still plays as a DPS. They didn't change anything about Doomfist when
they
they
just
brought
made
him
him a
for a
tank,
DPS. They gave him more health. They gave him the tank passive, and then boom,
and you got
done.
a tank.
I think the role passives that they added also was really nice.
Hmm.
The self heal passive is also really nice. I can't lie,
Yeah,
but
I think like the tanks specifically are just like you're either really good at tank or tank is just like the worst time ever because like
yep,
it's never balanced properly,
nope.
especially for 5v5. And
That's
there,
why I think 6v6 should stay. I'm very big on the 6v6 train
yeah, I want to
because I
try
play
it,
tank.
but like I don't. For me, I'm not really a tank player, so it's probably not gonna matter to me. It's
Okay.
just gonna like open the game up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, or I'll just get spawn camped more. You know,
I've been.
I have to
It's
play to
been
figure that out.
since playing 6v6. I've had a lot less roll or get rolled games, and I've had a
Yeah,
lot of like genuinely good matchmaking,
it's
which is
probably
great.
better, more engaging fights too, because
Yeah.
like there's gonna be more happening, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's more coordination and shit like that.
Yep. Exactly.
Still gotta try it though. Like I want to play it because like I never played 6v6, so I want to know what that feels like. And from like
Oh
watching streamers play it, they're like, this is it kind of feels like original Overwatch again, but it's still like it's not gonna play the same either way.
no,
Just
because of
because,
the addition of the roster.
yeah, like it's never gonna feel like original Overwatch unless it's just classic Overwatch. Like I feel like even that just feels weird too. Because like I played a
Right.
couple of games of that and I was like, this is not fun. Like just
Overwatch Classic.
yeah, I didn't think that was fun, but
All
I
my
don't know.
friends, they're all Overwatch 2 players.
Yeah.
And they were like, "See, are you so excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys what I started playing with." And they're like, "How did you like this?" I'm like, "I don't know." Tee.
I
But
probably would have liked it if I had played it, but I didn't spend money on it, so I was like, nah, I'll play something else. I'll play Dark
that's
Souls
fair.
on every fucking console because I'm an idiot.
Bloodborne, my goat.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne 2 one day maybe. I don't really care.
Bloodborne on PC when? But yeah, next time me and the friend group do Overwatch, I'll shoot you a message because we've been playing a lot of 6v6 for our ball friend. So
I definitely gotta hop in and try that. If I'm not working,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, my schedule sucks now.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. But yeah, thanks for talking about Overwatch. This is fun.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I was very, very honored that you wanted me here,
Yeah.
honestly, because I feel like
Like I'm that guy that just spams subs in your chat and leaves.
no, 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 no. It's just like I have been all over the game I've been low, I've been high elo, I've been in the middle, you know, like it took me a while to get up there, but when I did, I
Hmm.
stayed there. And I did it myself. I wasn't carried, I wasn't boosted. I don't believe in boosting. I will never boost my friends. I don't do that.
Right.
You got to earn it yourself. But I just like I'm always offering. I'm like, yeah, you know, like if you would like, you know, VOD reviews or just my opinion in general, and not many people will take you up on it because anyone who's ever toxic or angry is like, oh, I was top 500 on my main account. So like when I'm like, yeah, you know, like I peaked in top 500, I was top 248 in NA, you know,
Hmm.
and they're like, oh yeah, right, and no one ever really like wants to hear, and so it
Right.
was just really nice to be asked, and so thank you very much. I really appreciated
Yeah,
that.
no problem. Well, I figured you've played the game so much fucking more than I have, and you have a probably much better perspective on everything that's happened, like
Mm-hmm.
just gameplay wise in general. Because my
And I do,
experience is just low elo hell. So
yeah, elo hell really sucks, and I want to say though, your perspective, I wholeheartedly agree with you because it is like that
a
when
new
you're
player.
down there. When you're new, it is like that. When you're hard stuck down there because like you're doing everything you can and your teammates just don't have brain cells, like
Yeah,
it
you're
really
not
really
going
can
anywhere.
it really can kill a game for you. And so like
And
if
then
you
just
do get back
playing
into
against the
it and
same
try to
comp.
climb
I probably
unironically,
won't.
don't play Moira.
Yeah,
Moira will have you be stuck. You need to kind of carry a little bit as
yeah,
much as the game will let you carry. So like maybe
right.
Anar or Zenyatta.
Yeah, I got better as Zen, so like there's hope, but not enough. Not enough.
Yep. Don't forget,
Don't
like,
forget
subscribe,
all the
check
YouTube
out the
cringe stuff.
description. He's gonna put all his stuff there.
I'm gonna
I
put all
might
your
be there
stuff
if he
there.
feels nice.
Your stuff will be there.
Thank you so much for watching this video. What's your outro?
I don't have one. My outro is cringe YouTube outro go. Like
Just cuts to like a little video.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Hard
Bye,
cut.
YouTube.
Bye YouTubes.